Hello, everybody. Welcome to Make It Mondays with Amy and Jim. We are doing Serger solutions today.
Yep. And the idea came from a lady. I had read a comment on one of the pages where she was having problems with her serger, where it was doing samples like the one here, where you could see the loops of the thread are coming off the side of the fabric, when the goal was to produce it to look like that, where everything is right on the very edge, nice, neat, and professional.
That's the
looking.
perfect balance stitch right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so we thought we'd go and cover some of the problems as to what causes it and how to fix it.
Absolutely. Because new sergers are not that hard.
No.
Right? Because a lot of things are done for you automatically. But tensions are tensions. So it doesn't matter what brand you have. It doesn't matter. The solution is the same.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
You got to check it out.
you got to figure it out one way or the other. So perfect.
So I'll go back into the serger.
All right. There you go.
Okay. So one of the things I first do, if I have it like that, is the position of my blade. Maybe my blade is over too far to the left and it's cutting off too much.
Yeah.
So I'll go and readjust that. Another thing I may look at, if I have a newer serger where the stitch finger is actually adjustable, maybe I need to move my stitch finger more to the left.
Yeah, show me what the stitch finger is.
And if I open this up, my stitch finger is right in here.
You need a pointer?
Oops, get this up a little higher. There we go. The stitch finger is a big pointer. It's right in there. See, there's a little finger that actually the stitches are made on, unlike a sewing machine where it's all made on the fabric.
Right. Yeah. Right. So that's like knitting with the serger.
But... And with this one, I can, if you can see, I can actually adjust it so that fingers move it back left and right. So what I would want to do is move it so it's more toward the left, so it lines up on the very edge of the fabric, like that. Another, if I have an older one, let's say, and it does, or a newer one that doesn't have those features, I may increase both upper and lower looper tensions together, because if it's making a nice balanced stitch, it's just maybe a little too loose.
Right.
So both of them need to tighten up the most, or equal amounts. And a very simple common thing that could be, if you check everything and all those boxes checked off and you still get it off the edge, it could be operator error, because sorry guys. And the thing is that when you feed the fabric in straight, the stitches are going to be formed right on the edge of the fabric or on the cut. If you happen to have a habit of coming in from the right, like at an angle like this, it's going to cut off more fabric than what it needs to, and it's going to make your seam allowance narrower, which means it's going to have loops over the edge and have a weaker seam.
Right.
So you need to keep your fabric edge parallel with your blade to get a consistent cutting width, and you'll always have a good cut and a good width.
Right. A lot of times people are afraid to cut, so they keep away from the blade, which is what causes the loop. So basically you're saying fabric up against the blade, the serger's calibrated to what I call cut the pokies, right? You just skim in the blade. The bite width, the width of the cutting width could be off, and the stitch finger could be in the wrong position.
Yeah.
Those are the three basic things that cause loopy-doopies.
Pretty much. It's usually that. So basically, if you have it, or like what this machine has, I'm using the Bernina L860. I can use this to help feed it in, so I get a nice straight cut. And what I'm going to do is always look here. I'm not going to look at the blade or the needle. If I look here, as I feed it in, it'll keep it parallel with the blade, so I get a good cut width.
Right. So you're going to check with your manufacturer to see if you are, following the directions, or if they have a seam guide for you that may help. But a lot of times we lose confidence and we just want to keep that fabric away from the blade. So that's,
and this is where too that hopefully you bought your machine from a good reputable dealer,
right?
That you may go to the dealer, sorry, and take those owner's lessons.
Take your owner's lessons, right? So
because every machine's a little different.
Right, exactly. So that's the big thing. So with your serger, you may be sewing fleece one day, fine knit one day, and you wonder why the loops are falling off your knit, your cotton, because it was adjusted for the fleece. So
same thing if you're doing denim. You know, exactly. They usually, it's almost like working with a fabric with a stabilizer, so it's always going to sew out nice.
Yep, absolutely. So that is your Serger tip of the day. Make sure you check out the classes at amybachman.com. Check all our virtual happenings at amysews.com. And
then you can follow me if you happen to be checking out the original Sewing Quilt Expo, because I go on tour with them, in older cities. So you may want to check the website there at sewingexpo.com, and maybe I'll see you in class there at the expo.
There you go. We got all kinds of places to find us.
Yep.
All right, everybody, have a great Make It Monday, because the more you know,
the more you sew.